Okay, this is a video of a piece called Lady in the Woods by Julie Lind. It's available on www.pianosongdownload.com. It's a free download. I teach this piece a lot. It's a very good way to learn about legato playing, and it's a very good way to learn about 3/4 time with an eighth note rest in the beginning of the measure of the left hand. And it's also a really good way to learn pedaling technique. So I'm going to play it all the way through, and then we're going to go over how to play the piece. Okay, so it starts out very softly. Okay, so the dynamic is pretty much soft throughout mezzo piano, and then there's a mezzo forte after the double bar in measure after measure 16. Okay, so the there's no tempo marking, but she says to play it hauntingly. And so to me, it sounds like since it's in E minor, it gives us that feeling that it's a hauntingly beautiful piece that takes place in the woods, and perhaps there's a lady walking in the woods. So, okay, so Let's count it. So the left hand has 6 eighth note beats in 3/4 time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so if we go to the second part of the piece after the double bar line, that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so that's pretty easy, that's pretty straightforward. But at the beginning we have a rest. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and rest 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 and 2 and 3 and so let's hear how that sounds with the right hand. So that's the first 4 bars. So let's do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2. Okay, so if you have to get a pencil and draw a line from the first note, which is a B, to the rest, to remind yourself not to play a note in the left hand, then do that. Because you don't play a note in the left hand on the first beat. You play shh. 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 Okay? So shh in the left hand. So you have to remember to do that. All right, so the next thing I want to point out is that the left hand is the accompaniment, and it's very quiet and very sort of lilting, and it's as if you're walking. So it's I'm walking along, and then later on I'm walking a little bit faster, I'm walking a little bit more evenly. In the beginning I'm walking kind of where am I going in the woods? I'm not too sure where I'm going in the woods. So that's the left hand is kind of the right hand is the melody, and the right hand is telling the story. Okay, that's the end of that phrase. Then you start another sentence. That's another sentence. So that's where your pedaling comes in. Your pedaling goes along with the right hand. So down with the pedal. If you want to pedal twice, you can pedal twice, but this is the way it sounds if you pedal just that one phrase. Then you lift at the end of that phrase and up down with the pedal. Okay, so your pedaling goes along with the phrasing, because she basically says just with pedal. She doesn't put pedal markings. But you don't need the pedal markings, because if you look at the phrasing, those are your pedal markings. You just look at the musical sentences. Okay, so you have mezzo piano you start out with, and then when you get past the bar line, now you're going to want to stop a little bit there, because there's a double bar line, which indicates that's kind of the end of the beginning. That's the end of the A section. So this is an A-B-A piece. This is an A section, then a B section, and then she repeats the A section. So it's kind of like sonata form. Okay, so now the B section, you're going to get louder. Up, down with the pedal. So get a little softer there, then go back to the volume that you were at. Now get louder here. Softer, and then softer and slower. So do a ritardando there, and then start again. It says a tempo, which means go back to the tempo. And soft. Up, down with the pedal. Now the walk is coming to an end. Slow down, ritardando, and go very soft here. And just touch, touch, touch at the end. So it's very slow velocity, very slow, and very heavy hands at the end. So you make a nice, quiet, quiet sound at the end. Quiet. And when you end it, you always lift the pedal with your hands. Never lift your hands before the pedal or the pedal before your hands. Lift them together. Lift them together. Slowly. Let the sound die away, and then lift your hands and the pedal. Okay?